Hey there, thanks for watching. So I'm coming at you with this side hustle spot in a bit of a debate. And this debate is between me and the other side of me. So let me kind of set it up for you. So like the title will mention, I am considering going for my real estate license. Now, this is something that I've always kind of thought about in the back of my head. First of all, I just love property. Like, I love looking at houses. I like considering houses. I like kind of sizing them up and then seeing what's underneath. It's like a giant puzzle in a game to me. So that's something I've always liked and been interested in. And way back in the beginning of 2015, when I first started this channel, one of the videos I made was on attending a real estate investors meetup. And so I've been doing that on and off in my area because it's something that I've always been interested in. So more recently, because of what's happening with the house that I'm living in with my mom, I've been thinking about considering getting my real estate license just so I would, and I'll kind of go through the pros and the cons and the timing of it and why I'm kind of debating and how this relates to side hustle, which is kind of the overarching topic. So we were working with a really wonderful real estate agent, and she was just amazing and kind of breaking out the different costs and things we would need to do to the house to make it saleable, and if we should even do those things, if we should just sell the house as it is. And I realized that this knowledge and information was just invaluable, and that's kind of one of the primary reasons I would do the certification, is just to have the knowledge. So how it works in New Jersey, where I live, is you have to complete 75 hours of instruction, which I believe you can take either in class in person or online. But for my purpose, I'd rather do it in class because I feel like interacting with an instructor and with your colleagues and classmates is part of the reason, a big part of the reason why I would do it. So you need the classroom hours, and then you also need to take and pass a state license exam. And then you just need to apply for the license and be background checked and fingerprinted and all that. So those are the three components. And that's kind of, I'm excited about the whole process. And all things being equal, I would do it and start doing it tomorrow. Which, with 2019 coming up and starting the new year and trying to plan for the new year, this is definitely something I want to incorporate into my overall plan for either this year or any coming year. The debate is whether or not I do it now. So, thing one, the first reason on the pro side would be because I'd like the knowledge, and I just took some notes, so that's what I'm looking at. Number two is the network, to be able to network with people who are also selling, and to have that kind of additional qualification, I think would be super helpful when you're speaking to people, and it would just sort of you would be able to speak to it a little bit more intelligently because you have that background and that training and that knowledge. Number three is, of course, the ability to buy and sell, although that wouldn't be my primary reason for doing it. It would be great to have that ability, but I don't know that that's what I would use it for, at least initially. And the fourth reason is because it's always been part of my long-term plan to be involved in real estate. If you read sort of the average stories of your millionaire next door, 9 times out of 10 their stories involve some type of real estate or investment property, and I would like to be able to do that and to have that knowledge for myself. So those are all the items on the pro side. On the con side, there are a few, and they're the standard cons. Number one is it costs money, and that's not even the biggest one, but that's kind of the one I lead with because that's immediate. Classes in class instructions usually anywhere from $200 to $300, and then the test is $45. So time, travel, and expenses all factored in, you're looking at maybe $400 to $500 initial outgo. Then the second item is always the time that it takes to study, to sit through the class, and to sort of invest your time to study as well. So in addition to the 75 hours of classroom instruction, there's also a 25 hour, at least I would say, studying, test prep, however long that takes. Then the third item is always the attention, because if I'm focusing on getting my real estate license, then that's time and that's attention that I'm not putting toward my other side hustles. So my main side hustles to date have been eBay, music lessons, and gigs. And that would be taking away from those already established side hustles and moving towards something else. So these are all the items on the pro side and on the con side, and I'm kind of trying to balance out as I'm considering with 2019 coming where I want to put my attention for this upcoming year. So I took some time today and I was looking through schools and classes and dates So in order to get the 75 hours of classroom instruction, there are a couple different ways you can do it. You can either do it Saturdays and Sundays or all Saturdays, night classes, day classes, which obviously isn't an option for me, working full time. So I'm kind of going back and forth about if I do this, which option would be best for me in terms of classroom education. Do I want to be during the week or on the weekends? And if I do it on the weekends, if I start in January, you're not done till like March or April. So that's time that I'm investing toward a longer term strategy, but I'm not spending in the more near term strategy. So, or near term side hustle to get out of debt and B, save. So these are kind of the things that I'm like kicking around. Where do I put my attention? And I realize this sort of, where do I put my interest and my focus? That's always going to be an issue, because there's always going to be that tug of war between what's happening right now and what I'm investing in now versus the long term and what I'm investing in for the future. So these are just kind of some things that I've been kicking around, and I thought that I'd do a full video on this because I would love to know your thoughts or your experience or just your impressions. I'm fully asking for advice and for, I guess, any words of wisdom or any input that you have to offer, because I love doing that video on the Real Estate Investment Club, and I loved going there and doing that. And it was completely unexpected that that's actually become a really popular video that I've done. So I thought I'd toss this out there and see if there was any feedback, because this is something that I haven't really had much time to invest in, because it's obviously a longer term strategy. I mean, it's a huge undertaking. Anything of real estate and the real estate nature is, and I'm fully aware that it's a gamble. So always. So that's definitely something that I'm thinking about, I'm considering, but it's something, again, that I would really love feedback in. So if you have any words of wisdom or advice, please let me know in the comments. I would love to have your feedback. So thank you so much for watching, and I thank you in advance for letting me know what you think.